guy didn't just raise the bar, he frontside crooked the shit out of it. Let's bring him in, Jamie Foy.
Everyone had a great year. Like, that year was he was just more He's the most
We've only seen a handful of skaters win Skater of the Year twice, and it takes a lot of work, and it's a very competitive thing. But I think Jamie, when he got announced, I was like, I'm not surprised.
I'll point him out to people that don't know about skating, and I'm like, you see that guy? That's one of the best, like, look at his build and just look at him, right? That's one of the best athletes in the entire world.
Jamie's always maintained this like working class hero type of dude. And if you truly love skateboarding, you can really tell in somebody, you know, and you can tell that there's that passion and energy when somebody's doing something and they don't give a fuck about anything else.
Bro, yeah, 100%. We've always been really competitive, but it's just like, it's all love, you know? It's nothing like, but I could definitely tell you, I feel like now, like, bro, that fool's like, I'd say surpassed me, but like, bro, that fool's like on a whole nother level. He's broken through.
When Jamie won Skater of the Year the first time, he just happened to win it. Like, it was crazy. He wasn't like, all right, I'm gonna go win SOTY this year. Like, it was just like, he was just trying to turn pro. He was just trying to get money, really, like just trying to make it in skating.
Yeah, if we remember, I mean, Jamie was Flow, Am, Pro, Skater of the Year in 1 year. Who does that?
I think he's been skating since he was like 2 or something. Right, Pat? Like, Jamie's been skating 1.
He did start coming around Baker Boys and skating the park a lot. But if I'm being honest, I mean, I don't want to sound crazy. A lot of us didn't really see anything, you know, in the start.
At the time in skating when Jamie was coming up, it was very easy to sleep on that type of skater, the unconventional build, the, you know, like doesn't fit a certain cool guy mold.
I just kind of thought it was more or less like, they don't know me yet. And if there was some stigma with like, oh, he's the kid that does contests, the king with the pink shirt, I didn't even have that in my mind at the time. Because to me, I was just doing what I had to do or what I could do to stand out in a fucking world of amazing skateboarders.
What's up? Welcome back to Epically Latered. We're in Deerfield Beach, Florida, filming with Jamie Foy, who is absolutely one of the best skaters of all time. I mean, there's no doubting Jamie Foy, but it wasn't always that way. When he first started, brands were flowing on and then not doing anything with him, to suddenly Skater of the Year. And I think part of that is his attitude. I couldn't believe when we asked him to do the episode, just chatting with him, how welcoming he is, how he's like, yeah, come down. He's gonna take us fishing. Pedro Delfino and his dad have a boat.
What a day you guys chose to come out, man. The water, I mean, it's just amazing.
So we're gonna get on the boat, learn how to fish, and just have, you know, an authentic Florida experience with one of the greatest skaters of all time. And so I hope you enjoy the episode.
I want to show you what's good in the FL, man. I claim Florida, this is where I live. But everyone's like, what? How? Like, you're not even in Florida like 6 months of the year. I'm like, man, I'm nowhere 6 months of the year. I'm just on the road, running around. Damn, hubba. I've always thought that. Like, find a house spot and just be like, hey guys, I'll fix everything. Like, this is, you don't understand how cool this would be. Like, please. I've seen a couple handrails. Honestly, I cannot remember getting into skating because I was 1 year old at the time. I was pushing Mongo for years.
Yep, he was in a diaper when he started skateboarding. So the older boys sometimes would come and knock on my door and tell me, Miss Foy, Jamie needs a diaper change. But I think 3 years old, he was in his first contest.
I couldn't do anything but drop in ramps. I could barely walk at the time. What's crazy is that I actually won something, my first contest ever. Since I was the youngest one there and I got 4th or 5th place, they gave me a free year's supply of Pizza Hut pizza. So my mom was super stoked right off the bat.
That worked out well, and he just kept skateboarding and skateboarding and skateboarding. That's all he wanted to do.
I know Jamie through skating at Ramp 48 skate park in Fort Lauderdale, but it was like attached to the church, and they would offer free skating on Tuesdays if you attended a 30-minute Bible study. Otherwise, you'd pay $10. Nobody that skated there was really religious, but they would do contests for who can get to the scripture the fastest, and you get like a Gatorade. It was insane. Ever since like me knowing Jamie, he's always been good at skating. He came to the skate park up in Jupiter at Abacoa. I was like, oh, you wanna play a game of skate? He's like, yeah, sure, but like no mercy. And I was like no mercy? Like, what does that mean? Like, and then bro, he just like smoked me in the game of skate. I was just like, oh my God, like no mercy. I was like, all right, it's like no mercy, you know?
It was always kind of a competitive rivalry and friendship between the two of us, but in the healthiest way possible. I would show him like, I remember I did like a half cab board slide down the big rail or something. He's like, what? That was sick. I'm gonna try it. He just fucking did it in like fucking 5 tries. I'm like, this little shithead, bro. He's so fucking good. Like he's like 2 years younger than me. He could just, if I go learn something right now and I show him I did it, he's just gonna learn it behind me. Like, son of a bitch. I feel like also I never had a brother. I had 2 older sisters growing up, and I love them. But that's the thing. That's the fun, the friendship rivalry that like keeps things going, keeps things fun. He always started like in the indoor skate parks, but then when he got older, he said, "Mom, I have to street skate." He started taking tri-rail down in Miami. Might have been around 12. I didn't like the idea. My mom's been super cool with dropping me off at the train station, taking it all the way down to Miami, skating all day, not even talking to my mom, and she was fully cool with that. Like giving me a lot of space in skating. I love doing that, I love having fun, I love filming, but just like anything is like, you know, there's times where you want to test yourself, where it's like, hey, like why not go to this contest? It's not gonna make me or break me, but why not go to these contests? Every other weekend we're going to contests, and I could never like find him when he was wearing dark shirts or clothing like all the other kids. I said, son, you gotta wear a hot pink t-shirt for me. You need to wear a pink shirt for those jam sessions too. The judges will be able to just track you, you know, throughout your whole jam. They'll see a lot more of your skating.
That's the Jamie that I met. That's the first version of him that I've ever. The pink shirt, the hair, short. I don't wanna say fat, but like he was a bigger kid. I was like, there's no way this motherfucker can skate. Like, dropped in front feeble, nose grind, like everything first try. And I was just like, what the fuck? Who is this? Fucks the whole contest up.
If you were in Florida at that time when he was wearing a pink shirt, you knew about him. I think it was at Tampa Am. He like won the best trick contest, but it was literally like watching like Bobby Hill doing like a 360 flip across the pyramid to a lip slide. Like I was just like, holy shit, this was the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
I'm over there doing the truffle shuffle. I don't care, man. I was so hyped, man. I was so gassed.
Oh my God, absolutely. A ton of people probably thought I was being a dick, but that was like the instructions for Tampa Am. Jamie did not seem fazed by it at all.
And after I won that contest, people started to learn my name. So then that's where I was like, all right, I can wait off of being the pink t-shirt kid and start weighing into like, I'm Jamie Foy, and I wanna, you know, I'm here. I was on my shop, and I was flow for Nike at the time. Nike SB was my first ever sponsor. Yeah, I remember my first scuba box from Nike was like 15 pairs of shoes or something like that. Psh, you kidding me? I wore a new pair of shoes to school every day for 2 weeks. People were tripping. Like, wait, what? New shoes? Yeah, what? New shoes? That's easy. Sponsored by Nike now, guys, come on. You know? It was so funny, and that was like a crazy time where I was just like, oh, I'm flow for Nike now? Like, dude, shit's lit, you know? And then that's just the next start of the hardships, you know? It's like you hit the all-time high where you're like, fuck yeah, I'm doing it. And it's just fucking, you know, and I'm just there. I was just there for like 4 or 5 years after that point.
Jamie, for the longest time, being a flow skater, it wasn't necessarily working for him. Like, he would kind of get turned down all the time. Like, nobody really wanted to give him his flowers for like the skill he has on the skateboard.
Like, I was trying my heart out to get on these, on any brand that would take me. I was shop flow for Girl, shop flow for Almost, shop flow for Skate Mental, shop flow for Flip.
Yeah, I don't know, it was just like a weird timing. People didn't really, they didn't believe in the investment at the time. And really see like, I don't know. Maybe the contests, a lot of contest stuff early on. Yeah, they're like, this isn't our look. This is what we're going for. That's probably why people slept on him the most, was that, like, yeah, I mean, he wasn't like as beautiful as Dylan Reeder, or he wasn't as like artsy as somebody else, but he was undeniable on his skateboard.
If you weren't a fan early on, because like maybe you're like the generation before that's kind of like, you're like not exactly in my head of what I imagined to be like one of my favorite skaters. Not that there haven't always been like, you know, obscure people in skateboarding or something like that, but at that time, you really had to like follow the fucking rules, you know? You have to be like not only good enough, but like say the right thing, do the right thing, dress the right clothes.
I do remember when me and Tyson first moved to California, Jamie came and stayed with us for like 2 months. Like it was supposed to be like 2 weeks, and you know how motherfuckers just end up staying?
Just pretty much lived in my car for the first 6-7 months of living in California, you know, obviously crashing on homies' cribs and on their couches and showering there until they were over it, you know? And then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to the next homie's house or sleeping in my car for a few days, you know, just like, you know, making it work, grinding it out.
Jamie, Ish, Tyson, Zion, they all moved to California around the same time.
Like a big Florida chapter moved to Long Beach. In that time, he started just destroying spots here in Southern California.
The first time I met Jamie was when he came to the skate park, and the person in the sales room was actually flowing him boards. I don't even think it was actually coming from the actual team.
One of our sales guys, Steve Hernandez, he initially sent me Jamie's Sponsor Me tape. So I was like, fuck, he's sick, you know, like, and I told Steve that in passing. He was like, all right, cool, I'll show Andrew and start giving him Baker boards. And you never know, you know, like, maybe at the time for me, I was like, you know, you'd see so many things, and, you know, like, I don't think I said much more after that.
He did start coming around Baker boys and skating the park a lot, but a lot of that happens a lot. It just didn't really stand out. It was just like, he's really good, you know, and he's riding our boards. It just, but still, I didn't know if there was anything there, you know?
And then around the same time, I met Ty.
I was keeping track of kind of who the new skaters were, and Jamie just kept popping up, like, who is this kid? And I remember I was at this school.
We see this like murdered out tank, you know, just skate tank. We're like, what the fuck? What team is that? Is that a generator in the front? Like, what the fuck? And there's a generator on the roof. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Who is this? Ish and Tyson are like, yo, maybe we should just like not go in there and like go to another spot and maybe come back over here later. I was like, fuck it, bro. Let's just go see who it is first.
Bunch of kids start jumping the fence, and there he was. And I was like, oh shit.
Like, hey, what's up, Ty? My name's, and he just looks at me and goes, Jamie?
I've been looking for you. And he was like, what?
I was just tripping. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? This is crazy. Ty Evans, like one of the most legendary filmers in the game.
And I was like, oh, I'm making a video. Like, I want you to be in it.
What? Really? Yeah, man. It would be you, Chase Webb, Carlos Icky, Cody Lockwood, and Michael Paluzzi. You know, just like was kind of spitballing whoever was around.
I love seeing the potential in someone. And if someone doesn't give them a chance, they can't flourish. And so that's like something that I love.
Ty was a big advocate of him in the early days, so I would get on those sessions, and you could see the talent was there.
When like him and Ty really like linked up, the chemistry or whatever they had going on, like it was like Foy, I think, seeing really what the drive and how like to sew it up. I think he just was, all right, I'm just gonna do this. Let's go, it's all in.
He was so green to it all. And when I say that, I mean lighting up spots, Bondo, song, like all the stuff that comes in line with filming and making it happen. I'm jumping out and Jamie's just like right next to me, like looking at the Sawzall, looking at the Bondo, and I noticed that and I was like, all right, I'm gonna teach him.
There's 2 words that come to mind when I think of Ty. Those 2 words are no excuses. I get to a skate spot and I'm like, this thing's almost perfect. I could probably do this trick, except for this thing. He's like, oh, no problem. You give him an hour, it's gone. If it's something little, give him 15 minutes, cracks fixed, ground's fixed, because he sees the big picture. He doesn't care like, oh yeah, you gotta like Bondo all this to like do this crazy trick on this rail. All he wants to see is that crazy trick on the rail. He showed me everything is possible, and the way skateboarding is portrayed in my mind is fully been altered and changed because of Ty Evans.
So this was probably months into Jamie just being flowed, and Terry Kennedy was in the skate park every day for a while, and he would just skate with whoever was there. And Terry like took it upon himself to come out to the parking lot with me. He kind of flexed on me and was like, this kid is the greatest skateboarder I've ever seen in my life. Like, you got to pay attention to him. Like, you guys are fucking up. So I was like, all right, let me see what's up.
What? Send it!
And then we invited him on a little skate trip with Ellington just to kind of see, like, let's have him come with us and see what happens.
We did a Midwest demo filming street trip, and the kid was MVPing it without even trying. Within the first conversation I had with him, I was like, oh, this kid's one of us.
This was in 2016 when I was getting flow boards from Baker and Deathwish. It was kind of just going back and forth. I remember waking up to a phone call from Reynolds, and he goes, yo, what's up? Talk to Steve, and he said you want to be on Baker, and I mean, it's kind of hard because like right now we have T-Funk. I can't just like put you on Baker before T-Funk. I was like, oh shit, like is he gonna kick me off? Like fuck, another one? And he's like, but Deathwish has nothing going for it right now. No flow dudes, no nothing. What do you think about getting on Deathwish? And I was just like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm down.
I think after that tour, it was pretty much a full confirmation from everybody how incredible he was, and Jamie was an awesome all-around person.
I think what makes him so special and cool to the skateboard world is he's like a real Southern Florida kid that fishes. You know what I mean? He's not trying to be trendy or cool. He just is who he is.
The water's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So good. Big ass dolphin, bro. Fat ass dolphin.
I wish I brought my GoPro.
Oh, there's a bunch of jacks. It's a big amberjack school. Someone put more bait down there.
Oh, yeah.
Get on there, get on there.
Oh, wow.
Put that bait down there, put that bait. Oh, shit. Put that bait down a little bit. It's a nice ABJ.
I don't need to catch a fish, you know.
We're getting you a fish. Yeah, let's reload. Let's reset one more time. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Feeling anything?
My relationship with him started when he went on King of the Road, the second season of the TV show, and he just was like kind of made for TV. Lizard was kind of teasing him a lot, and he was the new guy, and so he was a really lovable, identifiable character. So that's kind of when he caught my eye, and he was good on that, but he wasn't like runaway superstar. And then shortly after that, though, it was just like, oh God.
I was working on 2 video parts at the time, the Flat Earth, and then I was working on Deathwish Part 1.
The pace in which he puts shit out, there's no stopping it.
I mean, I think once he like front crooked El Toro, that's like when everybody was like, holy shit, Jamie, you know?
He had frontside crooked grinds down so good. That was the one thing I noticed. Before I even met him, it was like, oh, that's the front crook kid. I remember he called it pinch, and it's like you could see his wheels touching the board.
Did he show you how to do a front crook?
No, I knew how to front crook. I'm not as good as, like, I already knew how to do it, but he definitely gives me pointers, because you have to put your whole foot on the board like a heel flip.
Right now, I'm just grabbing the edge of my board with my big toe. And then when I pop, my foot just slides straight to where it needs to be, rather than if it's here, you gotta like move it forward and sideways to there. And that's like too much. This, you just do little motion, and just let it right in.
Wow.
The wheel's touching the deck, and it's so locked in there, like you just sit on it for so long. And I was like, man, he's gotta do that somewhere.
We're talking about enders and stuff for the video, and Ty's just like, you think you can front crook El Toro? And I was like, fuck. And I kind of did need an ender. I mean, I had some few tricks, but let me go there, front feeble it, see how this feels, right? I was like, I front feeble so many rails, I could 1,000,000% front feeble this rail. And if I don't front feeble this rail, then I'm definitely not front crooking it, right? So I go there with Deathwish, front feeble it, and I think it was 2nd or 3rd try, put it in my Deathwish part, right? No one's ever front feebled it. So that was like, it was an easy grab for me, in my mind. So I land my trick, I'm all cocky as fuck. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call Ty right now and let him know. I got the front crook, no worries. Line it up for 2 weeks from now. Bro, I woke up the next day, I look in my ceiling in my room, I'm just like, fuck, dude, what did I do that for, you know? Like, so bummed. Like, fuck, dude, that 2 weeks were so long for me.
So where does Jamie put the fear is what I want to know. I've always wanted to know that, you know, because he's so calm when he's skating something so scary.
One of the most confident skaters I've ever seen. There's no real hesitation. He's gonna go for it. And the other thing about Jamie with his skating is his slams are monstrous.
The way he would fall in some of those bigger tricks, he would just like roll on his back. He'd like arch over and roll over and then kind of pop up. And I remember I was like, damn, I was like, you just take that to the back. And he's like, yeah, it's my Bowser shell. Like Bowser from Super Mario Brothers.
When he fucking skid his head on the ground, like, you know, when he tries to grind the rail, he sticks.
I call that slam my West Coast humbler. That's probably my worst slam ever.
He just scorpion and change goes everywhere. And I'm just like, oof.
He came home and bragged about that one to me. That was horrifying. He looked like a friggin' rag doll. Even friends of mine that have seen that, they just go, oh my God.
So then we go to El Toro. So I'm like, fuck, dude, this is hectic. Like, I'm gonna bitch out. I straight up told Ty, like, right when we got there, dude, I'm fucking terrified right now. He's just like, dude, it's all good. No worries, man. Just like, you know, just do your thing. Just warm up, you know, just feel it out. Feel it out, man. No worries if you don't want to do it.
You could die. You really could. And I'm sure someone watching this would be like, oh, you're not gonna die front crooking a rail, but it's like, that thing's big, man. And I filmed Nigel get smoked right before that. Not on El Toro, on another spot. You know, he hit his head super gnarly, went into a seizure, and it was like a couple weeks before that, you know? So my head was already in that mind state.
I get there and it was such a production. Ty was filming it, and it's a really tricky trick to shoot.
I 50-50 El Toro at least 20 times, just so that way I have the schematics, the speed, the everything. Like, you know, I'm grinding it over and over and over and over and over, because that's what I do is like, if I get to a really nice handrail and if it's like I have time to work, I'm gonna grind that shit 50 times just so that way I can grind it with my eyes closed, you know? So I remember specifically the sound of my wheels over the cracks. Instead of going like ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, it's like ta-tung, 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 ta-tung. And in my mind, this fucking try, I am going to try the front crook. Right before I go, I'm like thinking, I'm going so fast right now, bro. I'm going way too fast. And I hear the cracks going ta-tung, 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 ta-tung. I'm like, bro, that is not what it sounded like when I 50-50'd it. I need to stop. So I stopped. So I go in the back and I'm just like, all right, just like the 50-50. Just like the 50-50. And I just remember hearing ta-tunk, 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 ta-tunk. It sounds right. All I remember is crouching down to pop, blackout screen, landing, roll away with my arms in the air. Cannot fully remember the actual trick itself. Like, it just happened. Honestly, the highest of highs that I've ever had in my life.
First go?
My dogs, man, I can't believe it. Yeah, first go.
Is that rap?
It's a rap, baby! And yeah, first ever Thrasher cover was from Crooking El Toro. I love Atiba. He's one of my favorite photographers, one of the best dudes out there. We're cover brothers. That's his first Thrasher cover, my first Thrasher cover.
I'm trying to get my angle right, and like front crook, depending on how you do it, is really tricky to shoot from the side to show it. And it was one of those things, I was like, oh, there's no way he's making it first try, so I'm gonna go with my conservative angle that shows the stairs good and makes it look longer, instead of shooting it straight on where, you know, the rail would be a singular line. And dude does it first try.
I see Atiba like looking at his camera, looking at Ty, like talking to Ty. And as I'm walking up to Ty and Atiba, I just hear Ty go, just ask him, man, he's super cool.
And I'm like, think you'll do it again? So I could get my other angle. He's like, oh no.
He's like, do you mind if you think you could just at least hop into one again? I was like, I'm sorry, dude, like you can't just hop into that.
It was one of those things where I thought he did it so easy. He'd be like, I'll do it again. And he was like, fuck no. I love the photo, but I would have loved to have seen it from the front.
Was he pro in that year? Or it couldn't have been.
He was pro before SOTY.
So all of that in 1 year, that is fucking compacted. Because that sounds absurd, but so is Jamie. So I'm like, if it should work for anyone, it's absolutely him.
He was doing that show, King of the Road. That's when he turned pro, the last episode. So his sisters and I flew out for that.
They rush out on the stage with my mom, my sisters, Ellington, J-Bone. They bring out boards, and like, you know, I start crying.
It was just an obvious thing, you know, like it was, there's some people like that, I think they're just like, they're unstoppable, and you see that, and everybody sees that, and there's like, people are going like, why isn't he pro, even though he's only been around for 10 months or something. And I think it was right before Skater of the Year.
At the time, it was me and Louis Lopez were like the two guys that they were like putting us against each other, you know, like those are the top two dudes.
We all thought Louis was gonna win because Louis was like pro, he's from out here. Thrasher is gonna pick Louis for sure.
And I love Louis, literally one of my favorite skaters. And I'm just so proud to be in the talks of it all.
Jamie wasn't really on Jake's radar, so there was a lot of me explaining and like kind of like going, but.
SOTY was the biggest surprise I've probably ever had in my life.
There was a funny moment at the surprise. Like, it was almost like Jake wasn't fully convinced, so he like grabbed him by the shirt.
So you gonna fucking rep it forever?
I'll rep it
for
forever.
fucking ever?
Forever.
Till death? Yes! Yes!
Like, he had to like kind of give him a last second shakedown to make sure he was worthy. So I think he passed muster.
I was so happy to be where I was in skating at the time, finally breaking through that barrier, getting sponsored, becoming AM, becoming pro, all that happening within a year. Like, that was a lot. It was almost overwhelming where it was like, fuck, like, do I deserve this? I don't necessarily personally feel like I earned this, but thankfully my community of peers believe I do, and I'm gonna take that and run with it.
And you're just like, are you gonna slow down? No, I'm not gonna slow down. He just keeps going, he keeps going, he keeps going.
I gotta do more in, 2020, 2021, 2022, like, and put any doubt that I've had about myself in the back seat and just fucking run full forward with this.
Bro, this shit is ridiculous that he be doing. Growing up, it still felt like he was human, but now, like, he's not even human no more. I swear, he's on some whole other shit.
In person, everybody leaves with the same, like, dude, he's unstoppable.
I'll be on a session with a couple people who have never seen Jamie skate in person, and they're like blown away, and I get it. Like, it's kind of shitty to say, but sometimes you get kind of numb to it.
What is your problem? Here, it's like rolling down a hill for you. Fucking hell.
When you go out skating with him, it's like, you just know he's gonna do something insane.
It is unrelatable where he's pushed the boundaries of skating so far, and I'm like, is it ever gonna end? And another video part comes out, and nope.
It's so inspiring to see what he does on a skateboard with his appearance, and like not eating vegetables.
Oh my God. I knew this was gonna come up. He be eating bullshit. He'll eat like Chick-fil-A. He'll eat like a fucking 12-count meal and then go kick a front crook a 15 rail. It's crazy. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he doesn't feel like shit.
I don't even think he touched a vegetable ever,
Yeah, he's not on a health program, that's for sure.
You might want to start drinking water or something, man. Like, I don't know, Chick-fil-A, dude, like, what's up? But it doesn't affect him.
We load up the van, we drive across the US, and we pull into some town in the middle of the nowhere, and then I'll just hear him in the backseat like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm like looking, like trying to see a spot, and he's like, Bojangles. I'm like, wait, what?
He makes fun of me if I have something too light in the morning, like a smoothie or a salad. He just is like, he's like, all right, you're gonna be hungry in an hour. I'm just like, and he's got like bacon, eggs, pancake, big like big food, because he's like, I need that to get me through the day.
After I got SOTY, like, I got on New Balance. I got a pro shoe right away. I got on Dickies really quickly.
Our generation, it was so different, it was almost like getting to be able to like have a video part or have like this success was there was a celebration of that. That was how we did it, it was like, I got a trick and then I drank and celebrated for it.
Get fucked up tonight.
For him, the celebration is the next thing that he's gonna do,
Skating is like his vice. Like, he has like vices off of skating, but he truly loves to skate. That's like his drinking and smoking,
Honestly, the first time I got SOTY, like, it was almost on accident, right? The second one, pretty meticulously thought out and executed.
We all knew he was holding footage. He didn't put out something for what, 2 years maybe? I'm not sure exactly, but I remember skating with him and we got a trick and he was like, oh, I've been skating, but he's like, I'm gonna wait to put out my footage.
How it had happened was I'm filming for the Dickies video, right? That shit keeps getting pushed. It's supposed to come out in 2022, then it's supposed to come out in 2023, then it gets pushed to like 2024. I'm like, okay, hold on a second. We got New Balance video parts coming out 2024. Then there was the Death Wish part that came out. That was a video we were filming for about 1.5 years prior. I talked to Andrew, this is in 2023, the beginning of 23. I'm like, hey, so far all my parts are coming out 2024, middle and end. So right now, if we just film for the year and get a part and put it out in the beginning of the year, like, I think that will be like my best bet to get SOTY again.
It just all lined up, like it just, the sequences, boom, 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 boom.
This is the first year I ever heard stories of, though, that people would say, which I really like for Jamie, you know, that people would say, oh, Jamie's kind of going for it this year? No, I'm good. You know, I'm not putting anything out this year, just because they know.
There's just like so much talk and like controversy all the time. Like, I mean, people were saying they get annoyed of it, but they love it. It's like the chit chat, you know? It's like, who's the president of skating that year? And they're like, who are you voting for? And I'm like, your vote doesn't matter.
We're a bunch of little babies that love to gossip, man. It's sick. I mean, I love it too. I'm a gossiper. Like, I love knowing the stories. Like when I ask you or you're like, yeah, you know the real things behind it? Like, I heard from this. Like, you know, it's always gonna be like that in skating. But when it comes down to it, it's just like, I just have such respect for Louis. I have such respect for Elijah.
Elijah had all this stuff coming out like in the same time period, and everyone's like, I don't know, Elijah might get it. And I'm like, have you seen the year this man has had?
So there is some sort of like weird competitiveness, but it's good because it brings out the best skating a skater can do.
I was happy to be on those trips with Westgate and Tiago, knowing that, like, yeah, they could be trying to go get SOTY, but that's cool that we're all gonna be out there pushing each other, motivating each other. If it was just me going out there, I wouldn't have the clips that I have, you know? You have to surround yourself with greatness to have greatness, you know?
It was really cool to see. I'd never seen like anyone like actually working for Skater of the Year. He deserved it 100%. And being there is just, it's impressive seeing like what he's skating in real life.
You can't team manage someone better than Jamie. You know, you don't have to be like, what about this spot? What about this spot? He comes, he's like, I want to grind this, I want to do this, I want to do this.
What you have the second time around is you have somebody who's got all the skills in the world, and now they have the resources to do whatever they want in skating. He's not trying to start a modeling career. Like, he's using the resources at hand to fly to Germany twice to look at a soap shoe rail.
After the grind down, flat up, like, it was done. Like, it was done. There was no conversation.
I mean, he heel back-tailed UCI. Heel flip back-tail UCI. Like, if anybody's ever been to UCI, you know it's like, come on, man, this thing is fucking huge.
The sheer volume of gnar that he stacked in that amount of time is just like overwhelming.
Getting SOTY the second time was just for me. Like, personally, it was like, you know, I appreciate everyone saying like, I knew you could get it twice. Like, I knew you could do it again. Like, I appreciate that, but I needed to do it for me because I didn't know if I could do it again. I didn't know if it was a fluke the first time. I didn't know if it was just like who was around me at that time in my life in 2017. I didn't know what it was. I almost did it on accident, so I better be able to do this on purpose.
Yeah, I just want to thank all the friends, family, and everyone that can make this possible. It's not a single thing, like just all my sponsors and everything that helped everything out, and just thank you guys for everything, all the love, and thank you Thrasher and everything to make this happen. Skate Rats forever, yo!
2 SOTYs, endless video parts, signature shoes, you name it, he's got it and deserves it. And he hasn't slowed down, right?
He like bought a warehouse in Miami. He's gonna put a skate park in. But he's like famous now.
He's a damn near celebrity. Everywhere we go now, it's like a jam up.
He hasn't changed at all. He's buying jewelry. He got some jewelry and shit. Bought a Rolex, like. But other than that, he's still the same person. As a friend, amazing. He's always pushing you, motivating you.
He's been like a big brother to me and like teacher, guiding me. I don't know. It's like, I'm not to say I'm like getting emotional with talking about my bro, but like, bro, like, I don't know, it's crazy. A little bit, I don't know. I can't even explain it. That's my brother.
Jamie Foy is a very positive person, and he brings that to everybody. Yeah, he's a people's champ.
He's always looking at the bright side. He's always like so optimistic about everything. It's kind of annoying, to be honest.
I remember, I'm like, how do you do this? You know, he's like, oh, you just gotta apply yourself. You just gotta apply yourself, it's easy. And that's so inspiring. It's like, wow, if he could do that, it's like so many people probably could, but they just don't apply themselves like Jamie does.
I'm gonna do everything I can to take control of my world and try to make it the best place for me and the best place for my family, for my friends and everything. So, I mean, it's changed me in the sense of financially, I can access a lot more now. I can help out a lot of people. What's cool is that I've gotten to the point in my career where 75% of skateboarding is showing up, you know? Like, as long as I show up, I'm doing my job. Like, yeah, some days I might be hurt, some days I might not want to skate, but as long as I show up and I talk to kids or I just keep it real with people, I think I'm doing my job as well as I can. And I'm so appreciative that the people along the way have put me in a place to be able to do that. Oh my God, that's a strong fish. That's a trigger fish right there. So look, this is why it's called a trigger fish. I try to push this down, I can't push it down at all. Like, it won't go down. You take this little thing, boop, down. That's the trigger.